Yo guys, Coope5 here, and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial from the 3 Lost Miners. In front of us, we have the two most basic things in Minecraft that are involved with Redstone, a button and a lever. So, we all know that a lever will keep things on until it is switched back off, but a button will turn off by itself. So, how about we change that? So here we have ourselves a wall with 3 buttons, and each of these buttons is linked up with their corresponding lamps. Now, as you can see, if we hit the button, this lamp will turn on and stay on, although the button is in its off state. Say if we hit it again, it will turn it off, and let's say we want this one to turn on. Then it will stay on, although the button's off. So, same with the middle one. So how does this all work? Behind the room that I made, the buttons are linked to mini modules such as this one, and this one. So all of these may look familiar to you guys, and yes, they are all T flip-flops. So there are some practical uses for T flip-flops, but I'm just going to be going over one of them and how you make these 3. So let's crack on with the tutorial. We're going to start off with the first one with the cauldron, and the materials you will be needing for this are in this chest, which include 2 building blocks, 2 sticky pistons, 1 cauldron, a bucket of water, a comparator, 1 redstone torch, and 1 button. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so what you gonna do first is place a block right there, a redstone torch on top, a sticky piston right on top of that torch like that, then a sticky piston like that, a cauldron on this one, on the top one, and then put your bucket in there, take your second building block, and put your redstone comparator there. Now this block right away here is going to be your input, so place your button or repeater or whatever your input is right there. And basically how it's going to work is you're going to turn it on. So now how this works is this will turn off this torch, which will give this piston a 1 tick delay rather than this one. So like this piston will retract just before this one, and the same goes vice versa. So as you can see, it is in the on state. Now once we push the button again, it will turn off. So that is your first T flip-flop, guys. So let's dive into the second one. So the next T flip we're going to be working with is the dropper T flip-flop. So the materials we'll be needing are 3 droppers, not dispensers, but droppers, 1 button, a hopper, and 2 like the blocks that like cobblestone or dirt, because we're gonna need them for scaffolding. And also I forgot to include, you need 1 extra item to put in the hopper. So with these in mind, let's get started. Okay, so out of all of the T flip-flops, I think this one is the most trickiest to build, but it is worth it because it is, as far as I know, the most compact. So what we want to do first is place a dropper facing this way, facing towards you. Then you want to come over here, and with the side that's facing to you, you want to place a hopper that is facing up, like so. And now this is the tricky part. You want to place your 2 blocks of scaffolding, like that. And then get rid of this one. You might have to dig down into the ground one. And then you want to take your 3rd dropper and make sure it's facing down. So as you can see, you cannot see any of the sides. And you could take out that block right there. And it's facing down into this hopper. So anyways, So we have that. So this hopper is facing down into this one. This hopper is facing into this one. And this hopper is going to be facing, my bad. This droppers are facing into that one, and this one into that one, and this dropper is going to be facing into this hopper, which will be facing into this dropper right there. So I know that's confusing, but really it's just a big cycle. It's this one's going down, this one's going to the side, this one's going up, and this one's going to the side again. So yeah. And the back right here will be your output. I forgot you also need a comparator for this one. Right there. That will be your output, this dropper right here. Now what you're gonna do is you want to take anywhere in the T flip-flop, you're gonna put any block or one item in, not more than one, because that will mess up the entire thing. Now your button will go over here, the dropper that is facing into the up dropper. That is gonna be your input. You can put anything like a repeater or anything there, but as you can see, it turns on and it turns back off. So this is completely tileable. You can have one next to another. So that's the other T flip-flop, guys, and now let's go ahead and make the third. Alright guys, so the third and final T flip-flop for the day is the classic one with the 2 sticky pistons, a block with a torch under it. So without further ado, let's get started. And also keep in mind that there is an optional version of this where you would need one less torch and instead you would need a block of redstone, and I will be going over that too. So without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so to build this one, you'll need to place a sticky piston, a block in front of it, another sticky piston like that. So these sticky pistons have a 2-block gap. Then you're going to take out this block right here. You're going to place a torch down there, a repeater like that. That will be your output. And now you're going to place 2 blocks like so. Place torches on either side. So as right now it looks like that. Place 2 pieces of redstone dust. Place your button here and you're good to go. So now as you can see, it turns on and turns off. So that is the basic version of it, and now I'll be going over the optional version which uses a redstone block. Alrighty guys, so to make the optional version, what you're going to have to do is place the same. You're going to have a sticky piston. Instead of a block here, you're going to put a redstone block, repeater out here, then your 2 blocks up here, redstone dust, torches, and you're good to go. And now you just have to put a button, and now you're good to go basically. So now instead of having the torch down here, you just have a redstone power block. So it will turn off, turn on, and turn off again. So those are the 3 T flip-flops that you can use in your bigger contraptions. These are not really contraptions when they stand alone, but when used in big contraptions, they can be really helpful. So I'm going to show you guys one practical use for one of these. So let's just say I'm going to use the cauldron one, and let's just say I want to have a door that stays open until I go inside and manually close it. So one way to do this is, let's make the cauldron one. So like that. You put the block down there, comparator, water, like that. Okay. So now we have this T flip-flop, and now let's say I'm in this room. Okay. And now there's an iron door. Like that. So now there's a button over here, and a button over, actually, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so now what we would want to do is hook up this to the T flip-flop, like that. Because in the previous one, this was the input. Oops. Fail. Okay, so that means this is the input right here. So if I do that, and from the other side as well. So, like that. Okay, so now to hook it up to the door, it's pretty simple. Just gotta put redstone there. And put a block on top. There we go. And just place a repeater because strength is not going to be that much. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we basically have it hooked up. So we'll hit that. So the door will stay open as long as we want, and then we'll close it up, and then the door will stay closed. So like that, and like that. So as you can see, the T flip-flops are really handy, and they really come useful when making giant contraptions and you want one pulse to stay on or one pulse to stay off. So as you can see, these things, although simple, are really helpful. And that will conclude the video, unfortunately. And please do like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And this has been Coope 5, and I'm out.